Bruce's sake! No bloody light again! Oh! Mercedes! Derek! Turn the bloody lights on! We're supposed to be doing a fat video for the Blue Squid Man thing. We have a whale to hunt. Derek! Derek! Light on now! Oh, thank heavens! Please forgive the rude intro. We've been having some problems here on the Lord Bear estate as of late. Low funding, indentured gardener Americans were captured by ICE. Still not sure what that is. Something about immigration? Whatever. Oh, and we have been under siege by a constant wave of chunky ladies, thinking they can get some of Lord Bear's peeing. Over my top hat, they've taken to sneaking through the bloody sewer lines, causing mass blockages and exploding lavatories. Speaking of brown explosions and morbidly obese deviants, Chantel! How are you, Shamu? It's been a while! Or is it more moo than sham these days? Ha 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 ha! Oh, Chantel, I've heard some stories about you! Starting and stopping diets like they're going out of fashion. Must be the weather, right, Chantel? Bouncing from Atkins to low carb, in your case quite literally bouncing, quitting your channel for a day, which I imagine gave YouTube a certain level of relief, fitting all those pixels into thumbnails, and the subsequent show of rolls and dough in 1080p must have been filling up the YouTube servers. What exactly is a 1080p when it pertains to you? 1080 plus size, 1080 pasta, 1080 pork scratchings? You know, I could do this all day, but alas, I heard something the other day that shook me to my bloody core. Chantel, Foodie Beauty, has been taking part in some charity, helping the homeless. Let's take a look.
So what I'm gonna eat is some cherry tomatoes, this leftover macaroni salad, which I don't even know if it's still good, that's been in there.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Chantel! Let's not pretend as if you aren't going to eat it. And to be honest with you, I'd like to know what you define as a salad. I noticed you have some battered chicken tendy-looking pieces there. Is this your starter or your starter? I mean, let's be honest. This meal is hardly enough for you, is it? Do you plan on consuming the plate and the plastic container? I wonder if she accidentally bites into her own morbidly obese fingers.
And this is some craft beer chipotle barbecue sauce.
You know you're not supposed to drench all of your food in that stuff, right? You do realize that's not a drink. You can't eat the bottle too, you know. At what point do we, as a society, decide that just as it is with ID for alcohol and cigarettes, when are we going to start weighing these creatures when they make purchases of food? I feel like that would be an excellent start to helping people who are width challenged to lose the weight, you know.
Okay, I'll let you try the chicken nuggets. Bye. Not bad.
Do we have to endure the viewing of this sitting example of why chairs have to be reinforced in the current year? Devour her entire meal? Chantel, I want to hear about your recent charity work. Not watch as you feel your chunky gullet and sweat. Not because it's spicy, but because eating uses calories, and any kind of burning of fat makes you hungrier. I bet her sweat glands ooze milkshake. Her tears comprise of barbecue, and her gas juices are cooking oil, I'm sure.
My homeless lover.
Sorry, what? What did you just say?
My homeless lover.
Yes, I thought you said that. What? Your homeless lover? You got down and dirtier with a homeless person? Instead of begging for change or food, surely he threw his bag of fries at you instead. You made sweet and sweaty love to a homeless man. Did he smell like kebab? Was he an African man? I mean, we all know how much African guys love white chicks. Big, fat, white chicks.
Okay, I mean, who here, raise your hand, yeah or nay, has been horny and lonely after going to a bar and getting drunk.
Oh, don't we all, darling? We've all experienced that feeling. We've all been in that situation. Although I have to imagine that you'd be rather hungry. Probably hungry and horny in this particular circumstance. This is quite sad, actually. Usually, in nightclubs, at least in good old Blighty anyway, you know, the UK, the chubby ones are picked off at the end of the night. Gentlemen, you know how we do, right? If you can't hook up with the decent ones before the lights come on, you pull a pig instead.
Me. Which is part of the reason I'm afraid to be single. I know it has its benefits and everything, but whenever I was single, I was bitter because of those nights, you know?
You should be more concerned about dying, Chantel. You're not far off from having a cheeseburger-related heart attack. You should be more concerned about the sheer number of bags of flour it takes to find your clunge. Heart disease, not being able to clean yourself correctly without having to construct some kind of scaffolding made from matchsticks just to hold up the flab.
I'm older now, so it might be different, but anyway. So basically, it was a night when I was going with this one girlfriend of mine to this local bar. There was a band playing that I really liked.
Why do I get the feeling this was less of a bar with a band night and more of a pizzeria with children's animatronic singing robots? You know, like Five Nights at Freddy's, just without the child murder. Although one imagines old Chantel here may have inadvertently crushed several children to death. It's not like she has the same field of vision like the rest of us, you know. Having a neck so fat it's akin to a neck brace limits head movement, you know. And a genuine question here. Is it possible that one's eyelids can gain weight? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case with Chantel.
I also have a story about how I stalked somebody in a band.
Ah, Chantel, proving her well-adjusted mental state again. I didn't know you could get food poisoning in your brain. She probably thinks anxiety is a type of food dressing.
Most storytime tellers tell about how they were stalked. I was the stalker.
Probably not the best thing to do, Shamu. Admitting to a crime on a video while shoveling chicken down your throat. Are you even chewing, by the way? Also, as a side note, how does a fatty boom stalk anyway? It must surely have all been online. No way could a creature with your width, your mouth and slow speed be able to successfully stalk anybody in the real world.
No, I'm not proud. It just is what it is.
Okay, so she's admitted to making sweet love to a homeless man and stalking another. I hope the police are taking notice here. Although, when you go to make your arrest, you're going to need more than a couple of beat officers, I assure you. Need some plus-size handcuffs, too.
The band, I was freaking out because as we were going in the bar, the band was walking in behind us, and I was like, oh my god, are you in the band? And the guy was like, one of the guys imitated me. He's like, oh my god, yes, I'm in the band.
Cool story, bro. Nom, 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 nom.
Then, you know, it came around to the bar closing, and I got that feeling like, I don't want to go home, and I want to get laid, you know?
Fun fact for you. When a fat person gets laid, it's actually called getting spread, like butter or lard.
I decide, I'm like, and my friend was like, well, I gotta go home, you know, like, I don't want to go home yet. So, my friend lived, like, where I had to walk her home. You had to go down by the water. There's like this.
I imagine traversing any kind of body of water is quite a nerve-wracking experience for you, and for local residents. Tsunamis are no joke, people.
Path, like this, like, bike path down by the water. Probably dangerous at the time, yeah.
Imagine needing the strength to pull her out of the water. You ever see those bodybuilder powerlifters? You know, when they push it too hard and their bones completely shatter? Yes, that! Except in this case, once she eventually picks her big backside up, she'll confuse you for jelly.
But there's a lot of homeless people and stuff that hang out there. And it's known to be dangerous. So I walked her home, and as I was coming back the same way, I was drunk, I was fearless, okay?
Homeless people have enough to deal with, Chantel. Living and sleep rough, struggling to find shelter, and begging for money to buy cheap, super unhealthy food. That and dealing with the odd heckler. They don't need you waddling through, eyeing them up like you're in a bakery.
And let's be real. Nobody's kidnapping a fat chick.
Well, you say this, but if we were to drop you off in certain African nations, Ghana, maybe, I guarantee you'll have at least 3 or 4 gentlemen snap you right up. Yes, they'll expect you to take them home with them, but hey, semantics, am I right?
As I'm walking home, I see this guy. He wasn't too scruffy looking, but he was kind of scruffy, you know. He was carrying like a shopping bag, and it had like DVDs in it, probably to pawn them.
Ah, Chantel, ever the bargain hunter. DVDs and a good stoofing. Well done.
And he comes up to me, he's like, do you have a light? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And when I got to see him, his name was Todd.
You know, Omegon usually does really well in views in these videos, doesn't he? Well, Chantel, you've just doxed and shamed the homeless man. Well done.
We start talking, and I was just like, I was attracted to him, you know?
Chantel has a strong preference for scruffy, pirated DVD salesmen. Imagine the Tinder profiles. On the plus side, she's not looking for a 6'5" muscly chap with a supercar, like the rest of the fat, disgusting thots who think way too highly of themselves on Tinder. But then again, fat girls, at least in this case, are way more appreciative, and they do way more stuff too.
Anyway, I didn't really care. I was just like, give me that D.
A bloody rock? You were happy with the gentle kissing, but are happy to get it on a hoofing rock? You know you could have taken him home, showered him, fed him, and then sat on him. And then showered him again, provided he survived the encounter. He would have appreciated that, I'm sure.
It was a really gentle kisser. We found a rock, a big rock.
Look at her. She's contemplating, she's remembering fondly as her gelatinous-like mass molded to the rock's surface like a pancake, her legs up in the air like 2 individual spit roasts, gazing into Todd's eyes as he grimaced as the smell of your gash hit his face like the cool sea air.
We do it. I mean, I know what you're thinking. What did he smell like? That's what I would wonder.
Oh, trust me, I'm far more concerned about what you smell like. I'm sure the stench of dirty clothes, man, B.O. and fries is far superior to the incredibly pungent waves that I'm fairly sure are visible in this case to the human eye, that were emitting from your flabby punani. You ever smell a fat woman on heat? Smells like onion gravy, if it was made in your grandmother's greenhouse last weekend.
He didn't smell too homeless, like, you know, he smelled a little bit like malt vinegar, but I think it was coming from his feet and not his privates, so that was good, you know?
Chantel, you are certainly a character, I will give you that, but I really hope neither of your parents watch your videos. I'm sure Mummy and Daddy will be super proud how their daughter mated with a homeless man. But either way, I would say this has been a pleasure. But alas, I feel a little bit queasy, if I'm honest. But thank you so much for watching today's video, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. Just like that homeless man smashed Chantel. And share it all over social media. Thank you for watching. I've been Lord Bear. And I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next one. Cheerio!